Hello, and welcome to UMATA. Who matters? UMATA. Today I'm going to talk to you about why was I overweight before. Why was I overweight before? I'm going to tell you the answer why. Because I didn't know I was overweight, that's why. I was overweight because I didn't know I had a problem. It's that simple. I just didn't know it was a problem. I didn't know I was overweight. I didn't know what underweight meant. I didn't know what at-mate meant. I didn't know what overweight meant. I also didn't know that people were seeing me a certain way. You have this delusional idea as to what you look like or whatever, and you're just not that reality. So why was I overweight? Because I didn't know I was overweight. If you don't know something's a problem, then you're never going to find out about it. I didn't know I was overweight, and that's why I had a problem. It's that simple. So then the question is, well, how did you realize you were overweight? Well, I realized I was overweight when I was in New York City, living in New York City, working in New York City, because everyone in New York City was thin. Why do you think it's called Make America Thin Again? MATA. Who matters? You matter. It wasn't until I moved to an environment away from the West Coast, and you would think people on the West Coast are thin, they're really not. It wasn't until I moved to New York City and there were actually thin people that were walking 5, 10, 20 miles a day normally just to get to work or whatever, or exercising or whatever. It wasn't until I was sitting next to them at the office. It wasn't until I was going on dates with them at a bar. It wasn't until I was going to parties on Long Island or whatever. It wasn't until I was faced with the mirror of the reality that I was overweight, because everyone else around me was not. So it wasn't until I changed my environment, and then the environment revealed a reality that a different environment did not reveal. Because the previous environment I was in was actually academia. I was writing a lot of software. I was writing a lot of code. I'm a bit of a code head. I'm a software engineer on a lot of things, but that's one of the primary things of what I do. And it wasn't until I changed my environment, which, if you're coding or if you're in a scholastic environment and all you're doing is sitting all day, yeah, you're going to get fat. Period. If you're eating bad food and you're writing software or working on something until 10 or 11 o'clock at night, you're going to get fat, kid. No way around it. You're going to be overweight. That's going to be a problem that you're going to have to overcome. And once I moved to New York City and the environment forced me to realize that, hey, actually, not a lot of people are overweight over here. You're actually overweight. I was like, oh no. That's when I knew. When people make silly comments, you're looking bigger today. You're pretty big. It's not good. It's not good. That sucks, man. That's when you realize it's a problem. And so I just simply didn't know, because people live in their own delusions. People are not aware of what reality is. People are not aware of what problems are until something forces a lens or a viewpoint onto them, revealing it as a problem, that you're able to recognize it as a problem and that you need to do something. And it's that simple. I didn't know I was overweight. And right now, I guarantee you don't know you're overweight. But I'm telling you, you're fat. I'm not even going to say you're overweight. You're fat. I don't even need to see you. And I already know that if you got to this point of the video, I can assure you, you're fat. I'm sorry your mom didn't tell you. I'm sorry your dad didn't tell you. I'm sorry your friends don't bring it up because they're just trying to be nice. I'm sorry that, you know what? If anyone is to be mad at, it's your doctor, because I think doctors these days are making way too many concessions about the weight thing, because it's gotten way too political about fat shaming or whatever. No. Well, the other reality is that a lot of these doctors are getting rich off you being fat. So there's that. So there isn't even a financial motive for them to recognize to you or make aware to you that you are fat, because the fatter you are, the sicker you get, the more pills you need from them. It's that simple. But that's mine, I digress. It's really the doctor that needs, if you have a primary care of any kind, that should be saying to you, hey, you're fat. But now, if you look at it, half the doctors are fat themselves. So that is why I was fat. Why was I fat? Because I didn't know I was fat. And it wasn't until people made it aware to me that I was able to do something about my life. We'll go on to other videos of the subjects, but that's it. UMATA. Who matters? UMATA. Like, comment, subscribe.